This is Spud here from hits.net.com coming at you with another quick hit. I got me some hands-on time with the PlayStation 4 over the weekend at the PS4 rooms up in Dublin. Now, anybody who checks out these videos, these quick hit videos on a regular basis will have seen that the week before I was at the Xbox One event in Dublin. You can check that video down below for some hands-on Xbox One talk. This time it was hands-on with the PlayStation 4. Now, if you're watching from America, you're probably thinking, Spud, you may have gone mental. The PlayStation 4 has been out for a couple of weeks. Here in Ireland, it hasn't actually landed on the shelves yet. It will be out this weekend. So the PS4 rooms in Dublin, it was a bit of fun. It wasn't bad. Now, it wasn't as much of an event as the Xbox One tour was. It wasn't built for impact the way that tour was. You know what I mean? That tour, you felt like you were kind of at something exciting. This one, you just kind of wandered in off the street and played some video games. Yeah, there's a lot of friendly staff around who were willing to help. They all seemed obsessed with a share button. It was grand, you know, everybody did what they had to do. It was very nice. Unfortunately, though, as far as the event itself went, there was no sound, there was no headphones or anything like there was in the Xbox One, so there was no sound coming from most of the games, which means that you didn't get the full impact of most of the games. Also, most of them were full games as opposed to demos, which initially I thought would be a great idea, but it's really not. At least with a demo, it's laid out to give you the taste of what you need. Here's what you need, go about your business. When you jump into a game, at the very start, it's not like that. Or another game that was one of the games that was up there, Assassin's Creed 4, wasn't like that. You're jumping in the middle of a game that you don't know what's going on or where you're supposed to go. It's not as much fun. So onto the video games anyway, because that's what we were there for. You know, start off was, I believe it's called Resogun. It looks like a little PSN game. It basically looks like Defender meets R-Type made out of Lego. It's a feast for the eyes. It's all two-dimensional. You're basically spinning around this kind of little globe. You know, more a fishbowl, if you will. You're a tiny little ship spinning around this fishbowl, blowing the shit out of everything that's coming along. And there are a lot of enemies coming for you. A lot of heavy firepower coming at you when you get a bit advanced into the game. So there's a lot of dodging to be done. There's almost a bullet hell feel once or twice in it. You know, and you're trying to blow up, say, green guys, I believe it is, so that it will unlock little humans. You grab little humans, you bring them home. It's a very, very simplistic concept, but it's great fun. It's really good fun. And fucking everything blows up all the time. It's crazy colourful. It's like a fireworks display. I highly recommend YouTube and some Resogun. It's a feast for the eyes. A lot of fun, and I could see myself playing a lot of it. Now, like I said, I think it might be a PSN game. It's a little indie job, I believe. And because of that, they had the full version now, which was great. So you could just jam on it all day and try and reach a higher score. On the AAA side of things, then we had Killzone. Now, I haven't played Killzone since the original Killzone on PS2. I wasn't a big fan, I'll be honest. For me, it was the start of the decline of fourth-person shooters, you know. But the latest Killzone, Shadowfall, is a lot of fun. It's not bad. It seemed very difficult, I thought anyway. But then again, I'm not great at those games. It seemed like every bad guy I came across just riddled me with bullets. Perhaps it was on a difficult setting. I don't know. Because you were free to fuck around with the settings as long as you said nothing. I don't know, perhaps it was, but it was very shiny, it looked very nice. It was nice to have a war game that wasn't just filled with browns and fucking greys. It was very bright, very shiny, very futuristic, and it seemed like a good game. It wasn't bad. What was bad, on the other hand, was Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, I finally got my hand on some COD Ghosts. It's just another Call of Duty. It does exactly what it says on the tin. You know, I picked it up, jumped into a random level thinking, grand, I'm you know, I'm not going to start at the very first level where they teach me how to duck, you know. So, jumped into a random level, blew some stuff up. It played just the same as any other Call of Duty game I've ever played. You're supposed to be a stealth team. You're blowing the shit out of everything. I don't get it. Assassin's Creed 4. Then Assassin's Creed 4, again, stealth where you're blowing the shit out of everything. I don't get it. But that was a lot of fun. I've only ever played one Assassin's Creed game before that, which was Assassin's Creed 2. Played it last Christmas. Really enjoyed it. Very, very good game. This runs off the same ideas, seems to be the same kind of control mechanics. The free running is simple as hell, which is great, which is what I really enjoyed about the Assassin's Creed 2 that I played, was just the freedom of the free run. You pretty much just held one button and your boy would scale a building like fucking Spider-Man. No problem to it, but it was cool. Where I played Assassin's Creed 4 from, I was in a ship, big old pirate ship that's all based on pirates. And, you know, I swam around a little bit. I ran up to the crow's nest. I didn't really get up to much. Got back behind the wheel of the wheel of the ship. Then after a bit of sword fighting, and started blowing the crap out of pretty much anything I could see, just for fun. Now I reckon there is probably a hell of a lot of fun to be had with Assassin's Creed 4, but considering it wasn't a demo, I was lost as soon as I went in. I really was. Also on the indie side of things, back to the indie, there was Octo-Dad. I didn't play it, I played the PC version, but it's always great to see Octo-Dad around. And there was a game called Contrast, which I want to talk about because it was really, really good. For me, Contrast was the star of the show. You know, it's a little indie game where I believe you're a little girl's invisible friend. And basically, you can run into walls and become shadows. And then use the shadows of everyday objects for platforming. So you kind of go from 3D into this wall, into a 2D plane. And use the shadows of anything you can to jump around and advance to where you want to be, pop back out of the world then, and you're where you want to be in the real world. Now, it's a simple little concept, but it's really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. This was one of the games that was a demo, and it was kind of sickening because I think I would have played all the way through it. You know what I mean? I would have sat there for ages. I really enjoyed it. There was a great little scene there where you had to point spotlights at a band on a stage. Now, there was no actual band there, but if you pointed the spotlight, well, then the shadow of the band would appear. Kind of a jazzy kind of band, a little nightclub, you know. And then to get up onto the next floor, to get to the next spotlight, you have to get up on the shadow of the drummer's shoulder, and then up onto his drumstick as it's moving to jump onto his head, and away you go about your business. Again, it's very, very simple, but it was really, really cool. It ended up with a carousel scene where you're jumping from horse to horse in the shadows around the walls of this carousel. Fantastic, really good, stole the show and blew me away. I really wasn't expecting it. The only other game that I actually played there, apart from those I mentioned, is, no, actually, sorry, I didn't play it. The only other one that was there that I saw was Drive Club. I didn't play it because I know nothing about racing simulators. Therefore, I would have been wasting my time completely playing it. But as a console, it seemed grand. It was alright. The pad feels great. It's got a little touchpad on the front of it, which doesn't do, well, in the games I was playing anyway, it didn't do anything that it couldn't have been done with a stick. But it's a nice little feature. I'm sure it will come into its own in time, at least I hope it will. You know, you've got a share button because apparently that's needed. I don't know. What I don't like is the fact that you start and select and they share an option, so they're up the top. You know, kind of just underneath your shoulder buttons. I don't like that. I do like the new shape though. It feels great. It kind of like the Xbox One controller. Both of them are very similar because, well, the Xbox One is still a little bit fatter, but both of them are somewhere in between DualShock 3 for PS3 and the Xbox 360 pad. They're both within those ranges as far as size goes. You know, and yeah, it feels great. I did have a tweet up on Twitter there a little while ago about how it felt shit. That's because I played a quick game of FIFA in a local GameStop, and they had these horrible rubbery grips on the pad. Now, I took it for granted that's the way the pad was supposed to be, so apologies for that. That's not how the pad's supposed to be. That's GameStop being arseholes. The pad feels great. It's really good. But yeah, it wasn't the big memento blow you out the fucking door kind of event that the Xbox One tour was, but it was still good fun. It wasn't built for impact in the same kind of way, but it was still good fun. I believe it's running for another week or so. If anybody's up in Dublin, it's just off Grafton Street. Well worth checking out. Unfortunately for Call of Duty players or Killzone players, there is no multiplayer option available up at PS4 rooms, so it's pretty much single player or you're playing multiplayer against AI, so whatever you're into. But yeah, did what I said in the tin, really. You know, that's the PS4, it's not bad. Xbox One wasn't bad. It's going to be good fun watching the two of them duke it out to see who kind of takes the lead for the next generation. This is Spud from HitStandNow.com, signing off. Good luck. If you enjoyed this or any of the other videos here on the Hit Stand Now YouTube channel, feel free to like, subscribe and of course share. You can also catch us on Facebook /HitStandNow and at HitStandNow on Twitter. And of course for blogs, reviews, previews and of course podcasts, you can check us out at HitStandNow.com. Thank you very much.